Okay, so the first two legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are Solgaleo and Lunala. Now, you can get Solgaleo and Lunala very easily. Right after you complete the game, you can go to Iki Town and you just want to head north. And once you get up here, you will see Lily with either Solgaleo if you're in Pokemon Sun or Lunala if you're in Pokemon Moon. So you talk to her and you will be able to battle Solgaleo or Lunala, and you'll be able to catch them. They're both going to be level 60, so yeah, you'll have a Master Ball at this point unless you already used it, so you can just use it on, you can just use that on them. Or you could just, you know, fight them, get them paralyzed or put them to sleep, and just try to chip their health away and just catch them like that. So yeah, that is Solgaleo and Lunala. Okay, so next up we have Necrozma. Now Necrozma can actually be obtained before you beat the Elite Four and become the champion. You can actually get him as soon as you defeat him, pretty much, at Ultra Megapolis. So what you want to do is you want to start at Tapu Village and head north up to Mount Lanicala. And once you make your way up to this area, you are going to come to this crater and you're going to see a weakened Necrozma just sitting there. So what you can do actually is you can go up to him and talk to him, interact with him, and it's going to ask you if you want to use your Z ring or something like that to like give him energy. And so you're going to want to select yes, and then you're going to have the option after that to battle him, and then once you do that, you can fight him and capture him. He is level 60, and I may be wrong on this, but any Pokeball you throw at him will just capture him immediately, because I threw a Pokeball at him, and it just got him like that, just on the first try, so yeah. So that's Necrozma. Okay, so next up we have Cosmog. Now Cosmog is technically an Ultra Beast, but since it evolves into the legendary Pokemon, either Solgaleo or Lunala, I'm counting it as a legendary, and I'm putting in this video. So what you're going to want to do is, after beating the Elite Four, you're going to want to come to either the Ultra of the Sun or the Ultra of the Moon. If you're in Pokemon Moon, you're going to want to come here in the daytime, and if you're in Pokemon Sun, you're going to want to come here in the nighttime. And what you're going to want to do is go up to that little portal, I forgot what it's called, and you're going to want to interact with it, and you are going to want to have it take you to the reverse world, I believe it is called. So once you're in the reverse world, you are going to want to warp to Route 16 and then make your way up to either the Lake of the Sun or Lake of the Moon, depending on which version you're in. So, once you get into this area, you're going to walk up these stairs and you're going to be greeted with a little cutscene with Solgaleo and Lunala. So, once that is all said and done, you can just walk up to Cosmog and just take him with you. Cosmog will be level 5, and he evolves into Cosmoem at level 43, and then will evolve into either Solgaleo if you're in like the Sun world or whatever, or Lunala if you're in the Moon world or whatever. So, if you want to evolve him into Lunala in Pokemon Sun, or Solgaleo in Pokemon Moon, you want to go into the reverse worlds of each respective game, and that is how you get the other legendary, the counterpart to Solgaleo or Lunala in Pokemon Sun or Moon. Next up, we have Zygarde. So for Zygarde, you're going to want to, after completing the Elite Four and becoming the champion once again, you're going to want to warp to the entrance of Vast Pony Canyon. And what you're going to want to do is basically just make your way east, and you're going to want to go to this place called the Pony Meadow, which I'll just show you how to get here now. From there, you're going to enter this area called Resolution Cave, and you're basically just going to go west, and then you're going to go down. And once you enter this room, you're going to, well, I'm going to spray another repel, even though I probably didn't even need to. You're just going to come up here, and once you get to this little platform, you're going to be greeted with Zygarde. So you'll be able to fight him right here. He will be level 60, and yeah, you can catch Zygarde. So that's Zygarde. Next up, we have the Tapu Pokemon. We're starting off with Tapu Koko. And once again, like we did for Solgaleo / Lunala, we're going to start in Iki Town, and we're just going to head up north. Once we come up here, we're going to enter the Ruins of Conflict, and then we're just going to keep on going and enter them. Now, lucky for us, unlike all of the other ruins where you get the other Tapus in the game, this one has no kind of puzzle whatsoever, so that's nice. So we're just going to enter this room, and we're going to walk up the stairs to this shrine, and once we do, we can go and interact with that statue, and if you do that, you'll be able to face Tapu Koko. He'll be level 60 like all the other legendary Pokemon so far, and yeah, you can fight him and capture him. So that's Tapu Koko. Next up, we have Tapu Lele. So what you're going to want to do is start off in Koni Town and just make your way down Route 9. So now we have made it to the Ruins of Life. So once again, we're gonna, go in the entrance, and there's going to be a little puzzle you're gonna have to solve here. Although it's not really much of a puzzle. It's just get on your Machamp and just press really the only boulders you can, and really the only order you can. So this, yeah, I don't even know why they're there. It's just a waste time, I guess. Make this video longer. Still going. Alright. So we're through here. We're going to enter the shrine room again. We're going to go up the stairs. And then same deal that there was with Tapu Koko. You can go and you can interact with the statue. And you'll be able to face Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele will be, you guessed it, level 60. You can battle him and capture him. And that is Tapu Lele. Next up, we have Tapu Bulu. So what we're going to want to do is start at Tapu Village and make your way from Route 13 all the way to this place called the Haina Desert, which can be accessed after you get the Poisonium Z. So once you get here to the Haina Desert, you're basically just going to want to follow my steps, because this is essentially a maze. So you're going to want to go up, and then you are going to want to exit out to the right. Which I ran into a Pokemon here. Anyway, you're going to want to go to the right, and then from there, you're going to want to go up once again. Then you're going to hop on Mudsdale, you're going to go over these rocks, and you're going to go to the right. Now, once you get into this area right here, it's a dead end, so you're just going to want to go right back out to the left. and then you're in a different area. You're not entering the same area that you just were. It looks pretty identical, but it's not. So you're going to want to go up here, and you will be brought to the Ruins of Abundance. So, like with Tapu Lele, in here there's going to be a little pseudo maze that you're going to have to figure out. And then we are brought into another one of these rooms. So, once again, interact with a statue. You can fight Tapu Bulu. You'll be level 60. You can fight, just knock out, or you could go ahead and capture him. So that's how you get Tapu Bulu. Now we have the last Tapu, Tapu Fini. So, like Zygarde, you're going to want to start at the Vast Pony Canyon entrance. And you're going to want to make your way southeast along the Pony Breaker coast. And here you'll be brought to the entrance of the Ruins of Hope. So just make your way down this little spirally thing right here, and then enter. And there is a maze in here usually, or a maze, quote unquote. But I already came through here because you have to do that to beat the game, get to the Elite Four. It's part of the story. So you're gonna come in here, and once again, there's another shrine. Go up, talk to the little statue. You could fight Tapu Fini. He's gonna be level 60. That's probably no surprise. And you can battle and capture Tapu Fini. And that's Tapu Fini, baby. Okay, so the final string of legendary Pokemon in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are the Ultra Wormhole legendary Pokemon. So these are the legendary Pokemon that can be found using the Ultra Wormholes in the Altar of the Sun or Altar of the Moon, depending on which version you have. So what you want to do is, after completing the game, becoming the champion, and beating the Elite Four and everything, you want to come up to the Altar of the Sun or Moon, depending on which game you have. You want to come up to the Ultra Wormhole and select Return to Ultra Wormhole. And it's actually pretty self-explanatory how to find legendary Pokemon. You can, ride Lunala with. You can either tilt your system by default, or there's some way you can go to change it to where you can use your circle pad to control him. If you're using the tilt controls, you can press A to basically just recalibrate it. And then, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fly around and collect these little orange rings to get energy so you can fly farther and you can fly faster. So basically, what flying farther is going to allow you to do is reach these warps, which are farther away. These warps are where you're going to find legendary Pokemon. And as it's going to say right here, the more rings around the warp, like the flashier it is, that's the better chance you're going to have of getting more legendary Pokemon. And the farther away you fly, or the farther you fly, the better chance you're going to have of finding these flashier, rarer Ultra Wormholes, or warps, or whatever you want to call them. So that's the tutorial. I'm going to try to show, basically just show you what you want to do a kind of bit of a tutorial, and then I'll explain or just list off all of the legendary Pokemon that you can get, and basically just how to get them. So these warps right here, okay, these warps right here, you could go into those, but you don't have a very good chance of getting a legendary Pokemon if you go into those. So you just want to keep getting these little rings for energy, and you want to just keep flying until you find some flashier, rarer Ultra Wormholes. So there's a pretty flashy one right here. I was going to try to go into it, but I missed. Okay, well, I went into this one. So yeah, you're gonna fly far, and if you enter a warp where there's a legendary Pokemon, it's gonna say something like, "Oh, you can sense a strong presence in here." If it doesn't say that, then it's just gonna be a normal Pokemon waiting for you, and you can just go ahead and leave. So, I mean, this was a failure at that, but I don't really care. I mean, it's kind of easy to figure out on your own how to do. It's basically all just maneuvering around the wormholes. So now I'm going to give you a list of all of the legendary Pokemon that you can get and what wormholes you're supposed to go in to get them. So there's, I believe, 5 different colors of wormholes. There's red, green, blue, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow, and white. Sorry. So red, green, blue, and yellow wormholes will get you to areas with legendary Pokemon, and white wormholes will take you to the Ultra Megapolis, which you don't need to go to at this point in the game. You already went there to battle Necrozma or whatever. So don't go into the white wormholes. So for Articuno, you can get them in both games. You have to go into a red wormhole. For Zapdos, you can also get him in both games, and you also have to go in a red wormhole. For Moltres, you can also get him in both games, and you also have to go in a red wormhole. For Mewtwo, you can get him in both games, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. You have to go into a green wormhole. Raikou is only in Ultra Sun, and you have to go into a green wormhole. Entei is only in Ultra Moon, and you have to go into a green wormhole as well. Suicune can be caught in either games, but the prerequisite, or whatever, is you have to have both Raikou and Entei on your team, and you have to go into a blue wormhole. Lugia can only be caught in Ultra Moon, and he will be found in a blue wormhole. Ho-Oh can only be caught in Ultra Sun, and he will be found in a red wormhole. Regirock can be caught in both games, and he will be found in a yellow wormhole. Regice can also be caught in both games, but he can only be found in a yellow wormhole. Registeel, again, both games, and a yellow wormhole. Latias can only be caught in Ultra Moon, and you have to go into a blue wormhole. Latios can only be caught in Ultra Sun, and you have to go into a blue wormhole as well. Kyogre, it's only Ultra Moon, and it is a blue wormhole. Groudon is only obtainable in Ultra Sun, and it is a yellow wormhole you have to go in. Rayquaza, you have to have both Kyogre and Groudon caught and on your team, and it is a red wormhole. Uxie, there are no pre-requirements. You just have to go into an Ultra Wormhole. You can get them in both games. Mesprit, both games, blue wormhole. Azelf, both games, and blue wormhole. Dialga can only be caught in Ultra Sun, and you need to go into a green wormhole. Palkia can only be caught in Ultra Moon, and you need to go into a yellow wormhole. Heatran can only be caught in Ultra Sun, and you have to go into a yellow wormhole. And Regigigas can be caught only in Ultra Moon, and you have to go into a yellow wormhole. Giratina requires having both Dialga and Palkia on your team at once, and you have to go into a yellow wormhole. Cresselia can be caught in both games, and you have to go into a red wormhole. Cobalion, both games, and a green wormhole. Terrakion can be caught in both games, and he can be found in a green wormhole. Virizion can be caught in both games, and you have to go into a green wormhole. Tornadus can only be found in Ultra Sun, and you have to go into a red wormhole. Thundurus can only be caught in Ultra Moon, you have to go into a red wormhole as well. Reshiram can only be caught in Ultra Sun, and you have to go into a green wormhole. Zekrom can only be caught in Ultra Moon, and you have to go into a green wormhole as well. Landorus, you have to have Tornadus and Thundurus on your team, and you will be found in a red wormhole. Kyurem requires Reshiram and Zekrom to be in your team, and he can be caught in a blue wormhole. And then finally, Xerneas is only caught in Ultra Sun, and he is in a green wormhole, and Yveltal, however you pronounce that, can only be caught in Ultra Moon, and he will be found in a red wormhole. So that is all of the legendary Pokemon that you can be caught in Ultra Wormholes. I'll leave a link to this page on, I don't know, Cerebi.net. I got a bit of a more in-depth like graph that shows you like all of like the chances of finding a legendary Pokemon in all the Ultra Wormholes, depending on like how flashy or how many rings they have around them. So yeah, that's all legendary Pokemon and Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I hope this guide was helpful for you. Yeah, I will see you all later.